Already. Welcome to Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Today we are talking with Vimal from UK, Varane from UK, and Ben's representing United States with Houston Red Army. We're going to talk about Man United have purchased Varane, they purchased Sancho, but does that mean United can win the title? Does it mean they could go find Champions League? Today we're discussing it with our United fans. Vimal, Varane and Sancho, two good players, very good players. Can Ole take us to the title now?
I think he's frozen.
It's frozen. All right.
The internet is playing up a little. Internet is playing up a little bit.
Okay. All right, Varane, you want to step in?
Okay.
Right.
Varane and Sancho, good players, good signings, but I don't think he's going to succeed winning a Premiership just from those two players.
Wow.
We need a couple of more players. And
Right.
my feeling was we should have signed Grealish,
Okay.
right? Grealish was such an important player, but he's going to City.
Is
all
that
places.
comfort? I mean, that's going to be a big thing. If City get Grealish, I'm getting a bit concerned. Like, just when you think you're closing in, they're going up again.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be that much more difficult if Grealish comes to City, and if, God forbid, if they get
Harry Kane.
Hurricane.
Oh God, please no, please no. I
Then-
hope
then
they don't
they-
get Hurricane.
Those two players are so crucial. We're going to find it very difficult to chase City.
Right. So can Ole? So we need more than these two signings.
Definitely.
Bems, step in. Varane and Sancho, two very good players, an attacker and a world-class defender. Can Ole take us to the league title? Can we get to the quarterfinals of Champions League?
No, we can't win the title with this team, even with Sancho and Varane.
Wow.
We still need more. We still need more players. We need a CDM. A DM is very important. A DM is one of the most important positions in your team. It's like a quarterback position.
Right.
That's the one player that kind of dictates the tempo of the game. And we don't have one. We don't have a player that can shield the back four, pick the ball off the back four, and feed it to your forward line. Pass between the lines. We don't have that type of player. Matic is the only DM that we have, but he's past it. So we need a DM. So when you compare, well, obviously, as in Fred and McTominay, they aren't DMs. They aren't really DMs. They're more.
No. Even two of them doing one-man job, they still can't do it.
Yeah, still can't do it. So the thing is, with the squad we have, you look at City. I think getting Sancho and Varane doesn't even close the gap.
Wow.
Because City, if you look at City have their squad is really deep. You see what I'm saying? Pep can go in and switch his whole starting 11 for is in next week's game, and they will comfortably at least win or draw that game. So pretty much is in City's second team should comfortably beat as in from 10th position downwards. We saw from our team last season that when we put our second team on the field, right, we struggle. That tells you.
Oh yeah, there's a big drop off.
There's a big drop off. So we really don't have that squad depth that people think we have.
Right.
So the gap between us and City is still there. The gap between there's still a gap between us and City. There's still a gap between us and Liverpool, in my opinion. Chelsea even have they have a better squad than us too. Chelsea has a deep squad. They have a deep squad. Chelsea and City are the two teams that have the best squads in the Premier League. So you have to compete against Chelsea. You have to compete against Liverpool. And mind you, all these teams have better managers than we have.
Better managers, I agree.
So just getting Sancho and Varane is just not enough. You need a DM. You need in my opinion, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's a good right back. But going forward, he's not really the play. Like he's not he's not really good going forward. You can see Ole. What Ole wants to do is that he wants to stretch the field. He wants to stretch the field with his fullbacks. He wants them bumming on crosses into the box.
Right.
Luke Shaw is able to do that, but Aaron Wan-Bissaka is not able to do that just yet. He's improving. Aaron Wan-Bissaka's first touch, he's not that good on the ball. He's good defensively, but going forward, he's really not that good.
Wow.
So there's still, it's not, yeah, we got Varane, we get Sancho, we're good to win the league. No, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Yes, we can go further in the Champions League. To the quarterfinals, that's possible. I think we can do it. I think it all depends on the coaching, depends on Ole, how he manages the game. It is possible. But again, there's a question mark with Ole and his coaching staff and tactics and game management. You can see in the Europa League final last season, playing the whole 90 minutes without making one sub. That tells you a whole lot.
Don't remind me, brother.
I mean, we can go. There's so many things that I can say. So to answer your question, we're not ready to win the title. Now we can compete a little bit, but I don't necessarily think we would compete or challenge. I don't think we're going to challenge, but I think we could get more points, yes, but not challenging for the league at all.
Right.
We still need more players.
Hey, Sammy, meet Varane. Varane representing UK, and Varane meet Sammy, Houston Red Army from
Hello,
America.
Sammy.
Hi, how are you, Varane?
You okay?
Good.
Right, Sammy.
Is my camera still out, by the way?
No, we can't see you. We can see
All
you.
right, I'm going to restart my computer, okay?
Okay, and go horizontal. Cool.
I will.
All right, mate. Yeah, Sammy. United have signed Varane. They've signed Sancho. Everyone's happy. Everyone's excited. Now, with those players, can United win the title? Can they get to quarterfinals or Champions League, or still no?
Well, the one thing we have to be a little kind of like optimistic, but we also have to think about that we haven't completed this transfer window. We still have some position to fill. But given now, suppose Sancho and Varane are the only player we're going to just recruit for this transfer window, I could say that we are a formidable team to compete for the Premier League. We can't just say that we are going to win Premier League because we're talking about a marathon, not a sprint. So we'll see how we'll start. But obviously, given Sancho and Varane there, I'm optimistic that at least Ole can win a silverware, which is really necessary for his coaching career. Okay, so I think Ole got the team which he wanted to at least win a trophy. Doesn't matter whether it is the FA Cup or even an English Cup.
Carabao Cup.
Yeah, whatever, Carabao Cup.
So you are kind of like looking at a trophy, just a trophy for that, but not the big end of the trophies, right?
I will. To be honest with you, I can answer that question, but maybe in a better, positive way in Christmas. Okay, because I want to see how we are going to start in the PL. Because last season we had a really terrible start. I know we backed it up at the beginning of the year. We are on top. Then again we fumbled. But I just wanted to be very cautiously optimistic. I want to see how we are starting and how Varane and Sancho are coping up.
How they gel.
How they can actually, giving us that agility and playing in the United way, because I'm very interested to see that before I make any statement on that. But with them, I think we can definitely win a trophy. I'm optimistic.
I like your optimism of win a trophy. You didn't emphasize which trophy. You just said a trophy, which is good. Varane, with the two players we've signed, good quality. With what we already had, even you add those two players into a new team, this United team, can you see progress? Can you see us going further and beating these low block teams that we struggle to?
I think we could move a little bit further, just a little bit. But my gut feeling, I read this morning in the Sun newspaper that United are in discussion with Leicester City for Ndidi.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if Ndidi was to sign for United, he'd be a good addition, right?
That's a CDM.
And yes, exactly. And also one more was under discussion was the swap deal I heard for Antoine Griezmann, right? for our Lindelof. Yeah, this was
Antoine Griezmann. But
Yeah.
if we get Griezmann, I'm trying to figure out where's he gonna play.
Yeah.
well.
Griezmann is on almost 800K a
That's
week.
not $700,
That's not gonna
7,000
happen.
euros a week.
Yeah.
That guy's
It's not
on.
gonna happen.
After getting Sancho,
But we need a good striker. Griezmann is a striker, so and Lindelof is useless. We can get rid of him.
People have been saying Lindelof can be a CDM. I'm thinking, no. We're not going to do that. Trying to patch
Lindelof is useless
square
player.
pegs in round holes. We're not going to manage. I'm sorry. He made one nice assist to Rashford. That doesn't make him a CDM. I'm sorry.
No. But what do you think of this deal of whether it's going to be true or not? But I heard that Lindelof for Griezmann. Do you think that's a good deal?
I'm kind of thinking like with Griezmann.
That deal is not going to happen.
I think it's not going to happen. I'm trying to think like where's he going to play, because he normally plays behind the striker, which is where Fernandes plays. So I'm kind of figuring out. First of all, his wages are astronomically way too high. He's on 700,000 a week. That's Barca can afford that.
Actually, Barca, I've reduced their wages by 50%. He's on half of what he earns.
Yeah, as Tim said, Griezmann will have to reduce his wages.
Yep.
We don't need Griezmann. Griezmann is surplus to requirements. We don't need Griezmann. Griezmann is a 10/ as in he can play at 9 too, but Griezmann is more of a 10. So we have Bruno already. We have players that can play that position. So
I don't think that deal is going to happen either, right? But I still want NDD deal and Ruben Neves.
Right. Who would you prefer? Now, let me put this out. Sammy, Ndidi, who plays CDM for Leicester City, or Ruben Neves, who plays CDM for Wolves? Who would you prefer that will fit into United?
That's a good question. To be honest with you, I would prefer Ruben Neves. The reason actually I'm saying, because I feel like his playing style is kind of matching with Fred, but he actually is a little more skillful, and I would say he is a better player, obviously. Overall from Fred. So if we're gonna go with that same formation, that we are doing like 4-2-3-1, I feel like Neves would be an ideal replacement in Fred's area, and so that's why I would definitely go for Neves.
Right, Vimal, you missed a bit. Can you hear us, mate?
Yeah, I've been having all sorts of IT issues. I need to.
Did you call the help desk? You call the help desk? You're putting a ticket.
Tim, I need some support.
Right. Tell us what you need, and is it priority 1 or priority 2 incident?
This is a P2 at the moment, but it's going to be a P1 soon.
There'll be a P1 soon. Cool. Now, Vimal, as you see it now, right?
Yeah.
I said Vimal. We got these 2 players, Sancho, we got Varane, 2 very great players.
Yeah.
Does that give United the belief? I mean, the belief that can Ole make them league title winners? Can he take them to Champions League quarterfinals?
I think it helps. It helps a little by having a bit more skill in the team, a bit more assurance in the defense and on that right wing where it's been missing for a couple of seasons. But the belief does come from the manager, and the belief has he's got to make that whole team believe that they can be title contenders, they can beat City, they can beat Liverpool, and they can go further in the Champions League. So the belief comes from the manager, but having a few more skillful players does help, but it may not be enough.
It may not be enough. Varane said the same thing. You're saying the same thing. Bems is saying the same thing. Sammy is saying they could win a trophy. He's not saying what trophy he's playing. He's standing in
Carling Cup, isn't it? Carling Cup.
Oh God! It would be a good start because it gives them the winning mentality that they could win something together collectively.
And again, talking about the belief, as you guys seen that I'm actually wearing Ted Lasso t-shirt, so obviously the belief is coming from the manager.
What t-shirt is that?
Is it Ted Lasso?
Who?
Are you
Ted
watching
Lasso.
Ted Lasso?
Never heard of him.
It's a show on Netflix. Is it on Netflix,
Oh.
Sam?
No, it's on Netflix. It's on Apple TV.
He's on Apple TV, yeah.
Yeah, it's on
No, you
I
check
heard
it.
about it.
I've heard so much about it, but I've not had the time to watch it. So Vimal is saying 2 players is great addition, but not enough to take us over the hill. And we've heard City are chasing Grealish, which will move them even further away from us.
Yeah.
But
I just wanted to add one thing, Tim, over here. I mean, the belief. okay, he's not able to impose or interject belief in the players if he's going to make stuff substitution after 80 minutes. Okay, so that belief is coming from giving them more game time and other, you know, like okay, I'm trusting you, just go on the field and make some miracle or do whatever. If he's gonna give Van de Beek like a 5 minutes or 2 minutes of game time, when the game is kind of almost done, then how is that guy is gonna get the confidence back? So everything is related. So I do agree with people, but again, still I'm optimistic. Maybe we can pull off a trophy, because that is something I guess Ole's manager career will be depending on. If he doesn't get a trophy, I'm pretty sure we need to take some hard decision on his coaching career.
All right, I'm gonna read a question to all of you that someone sent that I should ask you guys. Despite with the two new players we've had, does he have what it takes to move things around when games get tense with these new players and the team we had before? Viren?
No, frankly not, because one of our good players, Rashford, he's going in for an shoulder op. He's going to be out of action for about 3 months. So, and then we got two clowns in the middle. We got McTominay and Fred. Useless people. Yeah, those two people. I mean, I could go in there and play better than them.
Wow.
Those are clowns, those two. Why are they? Ole loves those two all the time. Ole really likes McTominay and Fred all the time. And those two clowns lets all the players pass and they score time after time. So we're going to struggle slightly, I think.
Right. Same question to Bems. Is Ole tactically good enough to integrate this quality of players with the quality of teams? Because now you're going to have more quality. Can he implement it when the game needs to be changed?
No, he can't. He's proven that he can't do it. He proved it. He's proved it last season. It's I mean, yeah, you didn't have Sancho and Varane last season, but you had Van de Beek on the bench. You see, a lot of people don't like if you just look at it, right? Van de Beek is a technically gifted player. He came from the Ajax team, the Ajax Academy. Those players that come from that team, they are like technical, like football, as in they're really good. And Ole has not been able to integrate that quality of a player into the team. Van de Beek is clearly better than Fred and McTominay. There's no argument about that.
A blind man.
How can you, as a manager, you play McTominay and Fred, and you have a better midfielder on the bench that you don't play? You know why I think? Because Ole doesn't have the tactical nous to be able to change things around. He wants players that will put a shift. Like Fred and McTominay, they'll put a shift, they'll run around, make tackles, do whatever, but quality-wise, they're not good.
Wow.
You have to be able, so if you want to progress a team, you have to have your better players on the pitch. Now, you can't play Fred and McTominay every single game. It's not gonna, I mean, you could play one of them, Fred. But the fact that Ole's not been able to do that the whole season speaks volumes. Again, as I said before, in the Europa League final last season, when we were playing that game, we went 90 minutes without making a change. How the hell do you look at that team for 90 minutes and don't make one single change? Villarreal, right?
Yeah.
The whole squad, I think when I checked the whole squad, their wages is not even up to De Gea's wages.
That's true.
We have a far better squad than Villarreal. Like, you can't tell. So I don't know what people expect from Ole. Ole has shown his cards already. He's shown it. Like, you had a squad like any other manager would have won the Europa League is in May. A decent manager would have beat Villarreal in that final. Simple. Wow. So him having people keep saying, yeah, he needs to get more players. Once he gets his players, he'll play better style of football. I'm sorry. But if I look at the teams like Brighton's, I mean, if I look at so many other teams in the league that don't
Brentford, because Brentford are in Premier League now.
I mean, a good example, Southampton. is in those players aren't as good as United players, but they play better football though.
I agree
Like
with
you
that,
can see
David.
what they're trying to do, but with Ole, I can't tell. Like I look at us on the pitch, I don't know. There's no pattern of play. I don't know what we're trying to do. I don't see an improvement. I really don't. It's Ole is the way it looks like he wants individual brilliance. He just wants to put
A bit of magic from someone.
just put it to Bruno, give it to Pogba, let Pogba do something. Let Rashford is his man. Let Rashford do something. And Rashford, Rashford runs down these blind alleys. Decision making is zero. Like it's all again. It goes down to one thing: the coaching. The coaching is not good enough. He's shown that last season. Yes, we got to second. There's an improvement. Yes, but again, the coaching still is not. It's not there. So yeah.
Okay. Let me go to Vimal. Vimal, you the question is like the person sent the question. Tactically, is Ole good enough to utilize this new crop? Because now you have more technically players better added to what he previously had. Is he good enough to change the game when things are stuck?
No, he's not. He's not dynamic at all.
That's the third no.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's not dynamic, and like Bem said, we've seen it time and time again. He's slow to react. He's slow to make changes, and he's slow. He cannot incorporate talent into his squad. He finds a formula. He finds an 11 that works, and he just sticks with it. I mean, the time we got hammered by Tottenham last season, 6-1, I think he decided to shut up shop and play McFred, because it was so embarrassing that the way Mourinho unpicked us, that he lost all his confidence, and he wasn't willing to take any more risks. So he just played with many defensive players, 2 in front of the defense. And since then, he's just stuck with that same formation. So he's not brave, and I think he lacks confidence, and it shows in the squad, and it shows in the body language of the players. I've seen that sometimes they just look a little bit lost. Well, what's our game plan? We can't break down teams with a low block. What do? It's like there's no strategy there, and I think Ollie's been found out, and I don't know why he's been renewed. I really don't. So maybe he's embedded his roots in the club with all of his pals and Fletcher and Carrick. Yeah, so he's bedding down in the club, and he's kind of securing his job when it really shouldn't be secure, because he doesn't have the minerals.
Right. Sammy, same question. Tactically, is he good enough with the new players he's going to get, which is going to be, the team is going to be more technical because you're going to have better players? Can he implement that strategy to break down the low blocks and succeed and change the game?
Well, the thing is like that's where the problem is. We have been having similar issues throughout the last season. And when suppose we are 1 goal down, and that time you actually have to make some tactical changes that will change the game. And I feel like it was maybe not from technical standpoint, or maybe from it's a mental thing. Maybe Ole is not brave enough to put the players or make the decision what he thinks always best for the team. He's kind of rigid with the same formation and what other people already reiterated. So I mean, given that everything, I mean, I don't have a crystal ball right now, so I can't even forecast how.
I could send you one.
Yeah, but what I would definitely say that given Varane and Sancho there, he has more ammunition. He has players in the reserve bench. Now he can actually just put Varane and Sancho in the starting lineup, and he will have his reserve bench already strengthened up right now. But still, I mean, he has to make sure that how he's going to make the tactical changes in the second half. That I feel like it's just like, I mean, our thing is like that we will start the game really well. For 5-10 minutes, we're playing really well. Then after that, we sit back, and then again we consider goal. In second half, we'll try to start. In the first 10 minutes, we play okay, like maybe if we score a goal in between, then that's good. And but again, I feel like like that our practice is being very monotonous. Okay, so
unpredictable.
Now players, if we go with this predictable lineup, it's the formation would be like same like it was before. then I think it's difficult for us to win a Premier League, because again, Premier League is a marathon, not a sprint. You know, everybody will be watching us and everybody will be changing our formation. Even if you have a good start, you don't know how things will be after Christmas.
That's true.
You know,
That's
what
true.
happened to City? I mean, they literally started galloping. You know,
Yeah.
January, February, and we started going downhill in the time when after we lost to Sheffield. Okay, so the main thing is like that how Ole will react to the, you know, against the small teams, because that sitting back, you know, like not breaking down the defense of, you know, the teams who are sitting back is the main issue. So that's where Ole needs to improve his tactics with how he's going to break down the defense of small teams, because, you know, now he has Sancho, now he has Varane, so our back line is kind of strengthened up. Now I guess Wan-Bissaka doesn't have to, like, you know, right there, go down the line all the time, you know, down the flank. You know, Sancho will be there to make all the crosses. Anyway, Wan-Bissaka is not a good. His crossing was awful. I mean, I don't think so. We got a very good advantage from his crossing. So, but yeah, but given all this thing, I mean, Ole needs to think about his tactics, his substitutions tactics, especially, and how he's going to change the game when we're 1-0 down. Most of the time when we're 1-0 down, we ended up either managing a draw or losing.
Yeah.
So that's the more important. And obviously the tactics coming up, how he can break the defense. When the opponent is totally sitting back, they have like 9 or 10 players in the defense lineup, you know, like how are you going to break it? You know, you need to make sure that your players have that capability. They have so many times I feel like, you know, that was missing, that one-to-one. I mean, Pogba and Cavani, they started showing some promise towards the end of the season. They're doing some good one-to-one touch. That's kind of to break down the defense. But I don't know, but I can't talk about Rashford. I mean, he's going to come back from injury after 2 or 3 months, I guess. I don't know how good he will be. So, but yeah, but even right now, we need to make sure that Sancho will be, you know, he will blend in with the team. He'll blend in with the attacking formation. But that's more important. And
Right.
I mean, that's where Ole needs to shine if he really wants to go. But I don't say that it's very promising. Even if we have 2 players, it all depends on how Ole will.
So overall, you guys have said tactically he's not the greatest tactician. You also what Tuchel did for Chelsea. Lampard had a good team. He started, didn't work out. Then Tuchel came 4 or 5 months. There was a plan. Champions League, beat Man City twice. You won the Champions League. Ole's been there coming on 3 years, 2 years now. We're still struggling. All right. I think this is literally Ole's last chance. But I can't see United firing him. I can't see it. It has to be a case whereby we are literally losing games week in, week out. Then they'll fire him. But I don't know how. I can't see Ole being fired. But can he change United? I'm still not convinced he's the right guy, because you all said the Villarreal game that they were there to be beaten. Emirates changed. He brought in 4 different players to change when things were not working out. United didn't do anything for 90 minutes, and you wonder, like, bro, are you gonna make a sub? So he's like Vimal said, he's stuck with the same players. He could only I've got these 12, 13 players. One of them must produce something magical, then we'll win. But it's not like that. You have to, when something's not working, you've got to change. But I don't think he has the vision to change it. I don't think he has. And the guys beside him, I don't think they're even any better either. It's sad, but it is the reality. Right, the last question people are asking, should Ole stick with De Gea or Henderson for the new campaign? Viren.
I think De Gea. I still have my faith. He's a good goalkeeper. He didn't do well for us against Villarreal, but that's life basically. But I think De Gea is still better than Henderson, and I would prefer De Gea.
You'll be confident with De Gea through week in, week out, or in the Premiership, or for the cup games, or you want it to be the number one?
Number one, but I can see Ole changing now and then just to give De Gea a little bit of space, breathing space, a bit of rest. But most of the time, if De Gea plays, I would agree with that.
Right. Bem, same question. Are you confident with De Gea or Henderson as the number one keeper for United going to the new season?
De Gea. Without a doubt, De Gea. De Gea, is the more experienced goalkeeper. De Gea had a decent season to me. He had a good season last year. He didn't really make the mistakes that he was making the season before.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Henderson did make mistakes. Henderson made
In the few games he played.
You get, yeah. If you look at, if it wasn't for De Gea, there's a chance that we might have not made it to the Europa League final. Okay. Because if you look, he made so many crucial saves. Like they were attacking us like crazy. I know we were up so many goals, but they were coming back. They scored so many goals, and so it wasn't for De Gea. Yeah, it could have been a totally different conversation. De Gea, yeah, people say De Gea is lost. He's lost it. He's on decline. I don't think he's on decline. I think De Gea is still a good goalkeeper. I mean, and Henderson has not played in front of the United crowd. How do we know? As in, we're not sure how he's going to perform when he gets to Old. As in, when there's like 75,000 fans in Old Trafford, we don't know. Yes, he's done it at
Sheffield United.
At Sheffield United, but that's a different ball game than United. Like United is the expectations are a lot more. So I'm yes, Henderson is a good goalkeeper. I like him. Don't get me wrong, I like him, but just because I've seen De Gea, I mean, I like De Gea. De Gea's been in the club for so long. He's proven is in year after year that he's still a top goalkeeper. So I will stick with that.
Okay. Vimal, De Gea or Henderson, who's starting for you this season? It looks like the English media are pushing that Henderson is the main man. De Gea's overpaid. He needs to be moved out. Where do you stand here?
If we're keeping De Gea and he's staying, he's 30 years old. He's done us good service. He should start the campaign. But I don't want to have Dean Henderson completely frozen out, because if he's going to be the new number one, we don't want to completely destroy his confidence, and we want to develop the guy and give him that experience. So keep De Gea as number one, but let De Gea in occasionally play some key games, not the big games against the big teams, but probably the smaller teams. I would play them in rotation, because you've got a master apprentice type relationship, and the master will be bowing out at some point, and his wages are too high. The club has made a mistake by paying him $375K a week. So at some point, I guess we have to let him go. I don't know when it's going to be, 1 or 2 years, and Dean Henderson will step up. So I think we need to develop Henderson at the same time.
You're thinking you're suggesting a rotational.
Yeah. Right. Just so that we don't end up with no decent goalkeepers. Right. Dean Henderson is okay. He does make mistakes, so does David De Gea. But
against Liverpool,
But there's something about Dean Henderson. I think he can be okay. He can be a number one. But we need to trial him out. We need to test him out in the big stage.
Right.
So play them both.
Right. Sammy, Dean Henderson, De Gea, who starts this season? The media's saying Ole should start with Dean Henderson because he's he's fresh, he's young, he's English, whatever you want to call it.
Well, given that the way the season ended, you know that the Henderson actually getting more like a regular player in the team starting lineup than De Gea. Even that De Gea was basically playing in the Europa final most of the time, Europa League. But so I would definitely give De Gea Henderson more chances, since if you want to build him as our future goalie for the next few years or however how long we want to keep him. But the problem with that, Henderson is still, and he has to learn a lot of things. So I think that's why we need De Gea to maybe teach him, because the same thing, he has been here for a decade with the Manchester United, so he has a lot of experience which maybe he can channel it through Henderson. And De Gea maybe occasionally he can play in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, because we obviously we still need De Gea because we need his service, and we also need a backup. You never know. I mean, anything could be possible for a player. They can get injured or anything. So I think I would definitely push for giving De Gea play in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup and go with the rotation approach.
So you're saying rotational. You're saying like
Henderson would be the first goalie and De Gea would be the second as like a backup.
So you want Henderson number one, De Gea number two.
Number two, yeah.
Okay, very interesting. Wow, right. Varane, Will United win a trophy this season?
Difficult question. If
Any
they win-
trophy?
If they will, I think they'll probably
Even the
lift
youth trophy?
They'll lift a trophy, but it'll probably be something like a Carabao Cup or something like that.
Would you be happy with that?
Well, not really.
But it's a trophy.
It's a trophy. It's a Mickey Mouse competition, basically.
But United can't win it. That's a problem.
I think we'll win the trophy, definitely, yes.
Win a trophy.
Yeah.
Bams. Will United win a trophy this season? You are very you last season you said no trophies. This season, Varane, Sancho, and probably a few more.
So okay, with United, will United win a trophy this season?
Yes, yeah.
We should.
Can
Yes,
we?
can win a trophy? We can because we've improved our squad. Yeah, we can win. We could definitely win. In my opinion, it would either be FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. I don't see us winning the Champions League. I don't see us.
That might be a bridge too far just yet.
Yeah,
football's a funny game, right?
I mean, yeah, I think the best we can win is just two cups. Is the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. If Ole doesn't win that, then he's not winning a trophy.
Wow.
In my opinion, because he's not going to win Champions League. Because I would expect us to go further in. I'll expect.
So come out of the group stage.
Come out of the group stage, and if you come out of the group stage and you get knocked out, then I think you don't go into a Europa League. So, yeah, his best chance with trophy is Carabao Cup or FA Cup.
Right.
But will we win it? I do not know. I'm having, based on past experience, what we've seen. Been to 4 semifinals, 1 final, not one. Looks like we're getting closer, but I'm feeling that we might miss out just because of the coaching. I just don't trust. Ole tactically. I just don't trust him to take him to win it, because in my opinion, yeah, you can, when you on that D-Day, right? On that final day, right? That's not on the players anymore. That's the manager.
Right.
The manager, that's where they get their big bucks, is taking that team. If you look at the Champions League, Chelsea against City.
City, yeah.
Pep overthought that thing. Pep was trying to be clever. Pep played a whole 11, and he did not play a DM. He played a false 9, no DM. That's what killed Pep. Pep was trying to be over tactical. He thought about it too much. And then Tuchel just played his 3-4-3. I mean, they sit back, they counterattack, but when they press high. But if you just look at that game, Pep against Tuchel, you expect that Pep will win. Pep is a tactical genius, but he overthought that last game. So that's an example right there. He couldn't win the Champions League for him. He couldn't do it. He's won Premier Leagues fine, but Champions League's not been able to do it. But that's a manager's bread and butter right there.
Right.
It's taking him over the line, and I don't think Ole has shown that he can do it. We'll see.
Vimal, is United winning a trophy this season, mate?
Well, what do we have? We've got Premier League, we've got Champions League, we've got Europa League, then we've got FA Cup.
So you predict a Europa League if we come out of the Champions League?
Yeah, semi-finals maybe, or finals and then blow it. What else have we got?
FA Cup and the Carabao Cup.
And then EFL Cup as well?
The FA Cup is there. FA Cup, so have Carabao Cup,
EFL?
FA, EFL, yep.
So what we've got? Six potential trophies that we can go
five.
for.
Five. So you have FA Cup, Europa, you have the Carabao Cup, which is the League Cup. You have the FA Cup, you have Premier League, you have the Champions League. If you fail the Champions League, you slip into the Europa League. Okay.
So what's the lowest?
The lowest the lowest and easiest to win is the Carabao Cup, which City have won for the last 5-6 seasons.
Okay. So, I was going to say Carabao Cup, but I'm not sure anymore. Maybe one of the lower cups, Carabao or
FA.
And I think he needs to. with the amount of money that we're spending, and all the changes he's making in the squad, I think he needs to win something.
Right.
I'm not sure if he will. Because he needs to become tactically smarter and a little bit more dynamic. So let's see.
Wow.
50-50.
Sammy.
Yeah, again, I think at the beginning of the call, I said we still are optimistic about winning a trophy, and my my money will be on FA Cup or Carabao Cup. Okay, I'm not gonna put my money on forget about Champions League. I'll be happy. I mean, I'll definitely cheer for like United. I'll go on.
Could you imagine Man United against Real Madrid Champions League final?
Yeah. Final. I'm not even thinking about that. Even if we make it to semi-final of Champions League, I mean, that would be a huge deal for us.
Right.
The last time we made it to that to quarterfinal, like we got beaten by Barcelona.
No, I was humiliated.
So if we can make it to like quarterfinal, semi-final, Champions League, I'd be more than happy. But yeah, realistically, FA Cup and Carabao Cup should be our best bet to win something at least next.
Well, it's come to that point whereby, I mean, it's not that the fans are expecting too little. It's just from what they've seen, what the manager can bring to the table. Despite having new players, it doesn't make a team fantastic. It's how the manager manages the team tactically, because it's all a game about tactics. Tactics wins games. If you don't play, can someone kindly unmute, please, mute the phone? So it all comes down to what the manager puts out to win the game. The players could do their best, but the manager has to see, all right, this guy I need to bring him out and make a change. Like how Ferguson used to bring Ole to change games. And, I'm not saying Ole is Ferguson. He's not. But I feel Ole, I sometimes feel this job kind of a bit too big for him at times. He feels like he's nothing. He's just sitting there waiting for individual magic, and it doesn't come across. So we're going to a new season in the next 2.5 weeks. I don't know what to expect, but I'm hoping for the best. I hope for a trophy, just something to show a winning mentality and build on from there. That's all I'm expecting. Champions League, I don't expect Champions League. I know that's a big ask.
Yeah.
Win the
the
league
thing
title.
The thing is, if we don't win a trophy, all of these superstars that we are getting, they're going to lose hope.
Of course. This will be Bruno's third season, right? It'll be Bruno's third season.
I gotta bounce, man.
Thank you, Benz. We see you guys.
Nice meeting you guys, man.
See you guys.
Thank you very much, bro.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right.
So, Vimal.
Yeah.
Champions League is a bridge too far. We know that.
Way too far. Yeah.
The Premier League, if City get Grealish, I kind of think like they've gone another level higher.
Yeah. And Liverpool, I suspect, will bounce back.
Yeah, I think Liverpool not done so much in the transfer market. There's still time. I don't think they've really. I don't know what's going on at Liverpool. They've it's like they're on pause. They've not done much. Since,
but Klopp is something special, though.
Yeah,
he's a real Mr. Motivator, and I really wish he'd come to United. I really wish he chose us instead of them. But there's something about Klopp that he can make an average team play exceptionally well.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the best out of Dortmund.
Yeah, he took that to the Champions League final, remember, against Bayern.
Yeah, and then look at, there's a
1.
massive gulf in value between Dortmund and Bayern Munich. So that guy's reminds me of Fergie, that he can get people to operate at 100% effort and 100% of talent. He can get the best out of everyone, And we had an average squad when he won in 2013, and that's down to Fergie. It's not the players.
Very, very true. I'm saying
that team.
Van Persie. I mean, he literally picked Van Persie because the only thing we lacked is the striker for that 2013 season, and what Van Persie did in that season.
I mean, we had Cleverly playing in the team. For God's sake.
Vima, you must have read my mind. I was trying to think who there was not a player we had. Cleverly, that guy is so average. It's unbelievable. Yeah. He won a title, bro. He won a title.
Exactly.
If Tom Cleverly can win a title for United under Ferguson, that tells you the genius of the guy.
Yeah.
And we have better players. If I tell you now, some of the players Ole has were better than that last Fergie season team, and we still struggle. So you have to ask yourself, why? Because it comes from above. Ole is still not exactly the right guy. I mean, not
he's an average manager managing a bunch of superstars.
Big team.
Yeah, Whereas you've
As
got
much
average players being managed by super managers who
And
get
get
the
that.
best out of them.
Right.
And a lot of these super managers, they do stay under the radar. And then you've got the big ones like Klopp and Pep. I mean, I think even Ferguson has admitted it in an interview somewhere recently last year that Ollie is not an elite manager. The elite managers in the UK are Pep and Klopp, and he said it explicitly. So he's effectively saying that Ollie is not. So
And at least he's
that's-
honest. He's honest
yeah.
because if you look
Yeah.
at it, and this Chelsea guy, if Chelsea hold on to this guy, I'm a bit concerned because
Yeah.
don't forget, Tuchel did take PSG to the Champions League final during the lockdown. He took them to the Champions
Yeah.
League final. They lost to Bayern Munich 1-0. So he's not an idiot. I don't even know why they fired him, but hey, he won Champions League.
he's a really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
So
But
we've all,
Tuchel, though, you know Tuchel, though, before he came to England, I really didn't hear much of him.
no, he was a
I know-
PSG.
He's a
Yeah,
PS
but I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even at PSG, I didn't hear much. There weren't that many sign bats about him because the guy got. Did he get sacked? Or
He
did
got
leave?
fired, yeah, because at the
Yeah,
time he got
so-
fired, they were third.
I don't know
Yeah.
why he got fired. I mean, like,
He was under the radar though. I hadn't
Yeah.
really heard much about him, and for him to come and do that in such a short space of time
Such
at
a
Chelsea is
short-
pretty
because
amazing.
Don't forget, Lampard bought all those players. So this is another example.
Hmm.
Lampard had these same quality players, didn't work out. Ole has,
Yeah.
so that's one concern. Ole has all the tools now. There's no excuse. Can he work with these tools and take us to whatever? So guys, we've concluded. We all want De Gea. Vimal and Sam want rotational. Varane wants De Gea's number one. Everyone
I
is
want to
saying,
see rotation all around though.
don't forget
Not
there's
just
Tom
keepers.
Heaton
I
there.
want to
Tom
see
Heaton,
rotation.
Tom Heaton said
know.
he's fighting for that number one jersey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not only that, I want to see rotation with Sancho and Greenwood on the right hand side, and I want to see Ahmad in that squad.
Yeah.
And
But does
I
he
want to
trust
see Van der
Ahmed?
Beek.
Does he trust Diallo enough? Is the problem. You got to ask. Does he trust Diallo?
and to be honest with you, Rashford, Martial also has to step up. And I know he's coming back from injury, but Rashford.
Oh, yeah.
only available for
I think this is Martial's last chance to prove.
Martial's last
After this, if he messes up, I think he's out.
Otherwise, we'll loan him out in the next transfer window.
Seriously, Martial will have to step up this game. Last season, all right, you didn't do well. Now you come back from injury because Elanga is knocking on that door.
Brilliant.
That guy's knocking on the
Elanga
door.
fits in
Elanga-
perfectly where Rashford plays on the left,
Exactly.
on the left of that
So
front three. He's
Martial will need to
perfect.
be looking over his shoulder like, okay,
Yeah.
there's
And he always
Cavani,
delivers.
there's Elanga. You know what I mean?
That's why
And
it's
Martial's on 350, right?
250 something a week. Just about.
I thought
50,
it was 3 something.
No, 250 because he Rashford's on 225. He's on 255. He's a bit on more than Rashford.
I mean, guys, I was thinking that like what happened to Luke Shaw because we got Telles. Luke Shaw basically up the tempo. He's a completely different player after we got Telles. I wish that I would say the same for Victor Lindelof since we are getting Brian, but I'm not optimistic. I would Victor Lindelof learn something from him, or at least there will be a friendly competition between him and Varane that eventually help him too.
I think Varane goes right into number one starting position. I think he goes straight into that team.
No doubt.
Lindelof is going to have to like step back and come in and play cup games. Varane,
To be honest with you,
where
Varane-
does Lindelof come in here? Is he done? Is he finished? Is he not going to be in the starting lineup anymore?
No, he'll be on the bench and he'll use it now and then. I don't think they get rid of him because Solskjaer likes him too much.
Yes.
He won't get rid of him. He'll always play him basically.
Couldn't he
what I like to
play for
see-
the ladies team?
Yeah, he can do. But what I like to see is Van der Beek. Give him more game time. You know, that is so. He came from Ajax, a brilliant player, and he sits on the bench. I can't believe 40 million pounds sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
And gives him
He
10 minutes
doesn't-
there, 10 minutes there.
He doesn't impose himself in the games though. He's like Van der Meek. He's very meek. He doesn't impose himself.
Yeah, but if you give him proper game time, I think he will get
build confidence.
Gel in basically.
You see, I this question for all of you guys actually. Do you think Ole is completely shut himself out from the media and the sound bites and what fans are saying and what the pundits are saying? Because what we all see and what we know he should be doing, he doesn't do.
Right.
I feel like he's completely shut out everything from the outside world.
Okay, I'll say this. I think he has. I think he listens to the people around him, which is the Phelans, the Carricks, and whoever else is in that little circus. I think we can see that that whole CDM doesn't work. We can see he's just having a babysitting service that just protects the back four. Now that he has a good back four, there's no excuse anymore. So there's no need for that babysitting service of McFred. There's no need for that. You just have a specialized guy, one guy to do the job of two players, because it stopped us going forward because we had 6 guys at the back, only 3 up for front. And we couldn't break in time because they're so scared of, just in case we lose that, But I just feel Ole sometimes, his expression, he looks lost. He sometimes looks lost. As in, when we're trailing against a team like Fulham, Sheffield United, it's like, I'm waiting for individual brilliance from a Pogba, or a Rashford, or a Martial. And when that doesn't happen, you're just hoping for the best.
Yeah, one more thing I want to point out here is that we also got a set piece coach for this season. Okay, so I'm going to watch that.
Eric Ramsey.
We're going to concede goal from set pieces, because last season, so many times we conceded goal from the set pieces.
Oh yeah,
all team which are physically their benefit, like Southampton, Saints, and like Leicester, they scored so many goals from the set pieces against us. Now we got a set piece score. I'm going to watch that, how many times our defense cope up with the set pieces, because that will be another crucial thing to this, because God knows how many times we crossed conceded goal last season.
Eric Ramsey is our new set piece coach. I see that as improvement in United going to get a set piece coach, but that I want to see the implementation, how he's going to get the defenders to be aware now that Lindelof is no more there. Because Lindelof is the one who's like, what's going on? Since he won't be there, we have Varane and Maguire. So I feel United should be better tactically set up for set pieces. All the goals is with crosses into the box. We saw the Seville final, the Villarreal final. It's a ball into the box, and we got lost. It's just
so many games we've lost where they just cross the box in.
Cross
into the box behind defenders.
The RB Leipzig game. RB Leipzig blew us in the first 5 minutes. Wan-Bissaka drawn in so far in. This guy was on his own. So it's sad. But I'm hoping the set piece coach, Eric Ramsey, I've never heard of him before, but
looking him up, he used to start his coaching at Shrewsbury 2017, Shrewsbury Town.
Okay.
As head of coaching for the Shrews youth program.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I have to leave you guys.
Right, we're about to leave, so you better stay there. We're about to leave before you run off. Right, guys, we've come to the end of the show. We've come to the end of the show. I want to thank Varane representing UK, Vimal representing UK, and Sammy representing Houston Red Army. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. And if you disagree with our viewers, our panel today, drop your comments. Tell us what you thought. If you agree with the answers, drop your comments. We'll see you guys in our next show. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Vimal, thank you very much. Viren, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Sammy, see you guys very soon. Good night.
See you guys.
Man United.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.